Welcome to the channel, to your boy, the Emerald Knight, and I want to talk today about some baseball. This is my Road to the Show character from MLB 19, so you know, that's why it says 2025, as you can see the stats. So, before I get started on ranting and raving about the MLB, it's really my qualifications that I believe allow me to talk about this. I played baseball since I was 12. I've been watching it since I can remember, so let's just say 2000, since I was 6. Hold on, let me turn this off.
A good matchup here for you tonight.
Hold on. Way too loud. You probably can hear the game better than you can hear me.
Hey guys, Mark DeRosa here.
Let's just turn this down. Alright, so y'all can hear me better. So, and the music. Forgot to turn down the damn music. Music. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Even though I love these sounds. Alright. Had to do this. Okay. So, what makes me qualified, like I was saying, I was 6 years old, watching baseball, the year 2000. I've been playing since I was 12. I played Little League, high school, college baseball, travel ball. So, that's what makes me qualified. There's some people out there who, you know, they've been talking and raving and this and that on Twitter about baseball, but I guarantee you they have not played. So, this is new. I've never seen this on MLB The Show, not the point. So, baseball is not back. The reason it's not back is coronavirus. We understand that. But what makes it interesting is I don't think baseball is going to be back, because baseball is in disarray. It's really basically how can I put this? It's just a battle that shouldn't be going on. Baseball should be, they should be basically in spring training or getting ready to be back on the field, but there has been too much arguments. Major League Baseball players want to play as many games as possible. The owners don't want to pay them for those games. Like, let's start when coronavirus abruptly, you know, stopped everything. The MLB Players Association was like, okay, let's play 114 games. Let's try to squeeze that in. Let's get some playoffs and, you know, ending in late November. MLB doesn't want games in November, so they said no, which the MLB Players Association knew that was going to happen. So they were targeting more of an 82 game season, which is fine. What is that? Let's divide that. There's 162 games divided by 82. Nope, I'm sorry, 82 divided by 162. It's about 50% of the games, 51% of the games. That's totally fine. You pay half the games. What happened was they didn't want to play the players. They didn't want to pay them for half those games. I don't see why not, but that was a whole discussion. Okay, now, the thing was, the negotiations kept going on, and on, and on, and on, and on. The later it get pushed, the less games. So then, you have players who were arguing that they wanted to get paid the same. as they were supposed to make. They wanted to get paid for a full season. Then it was, they'll take the 100% prorated. I have no idea how to say this. Okay, hold on. I got this. It was prorated salary. There we go. So basically, and what it confuses people about is this. A prorated salary is not, if it's 100% and they're only playing 50 games, it's not that they're, let's take Aaron Judge. He's supposed to make, let's say, $9 million this year. And he plays the 50-game season. Let's just assume he stays healthy. God please. And he plays all 50 games and he gets his prorated salary. He's not getting paid $9 million. He's getting paid half of that, the 82. I'm sorry, I said 50, I meant 82. He's playing in the 82 games. That's half the season. He's getting half the money at 100%. What MLB was proposing, the owners, was, oh, okay, let's get these guys, you know, an 80% prorated. So you're telling me out of the 82 games, you're going to pay them 80%, right? So you're only going to basically pay them for 65 games? That's what it essentially was. Meaning they were getting about, instead of 100, instead of, you know, let's say the $10 million, instead of giving them half of that, which would have been 5, a player that's making 10 million, instead of getting 5 million, he would have been getting about $2 million. Why would a player accept that? I'm out there busting my ass. Pay me for what I'm worth. So negotiations kept going. They had a plan where they wanted to reopen by July 4th. Why not? Baseball's America's sport, quotation marks. And why not on Independence Day? Start up baseball. So that fell through. And they had one where it would start July 10th, 6 days later. That fell through again. It is now June 17th, 18th. Wow. It's now June 18th, and the MLB Players Association and the MLB are literally still trying to negotiate this. Most recently, it was a 70-game proposal. No, I'm sorry, 60-game proposal from the owners, which, you know, was rejected. And that they agreed to pay them their prorated salaries, and the season will start around July 19th, July 20th. Offer was rejected. Now, what the MLB Players Association countered with was a 70-game season from July 19th to September 30th. Give them $50 million in playoff bonuses, 50-50 split with the new postseason TV revenue, which they're saying, the owners are saying they don't have money, right? But they just signed a brand new deal to keep TBS streaming the playoff games, at least the division series, which is worth around $300 million, I believe it was, or I will get that information for you right now. It was TBS and MLB deal. $2 billion. They could see a $2 billion annual from national TV contracts. You're telling me that you don't have money to spend on the players? The reason why you have a sport? Because think about it like this. these owners, this is not their only form of income. I'm pretty sure they have their hands in different projects, whether there is real estate or investing in restaurants or other businesses, stocks and stuff. They have other forms of incomes. MLB players don't. Their job is to play baseball. This is a terrible look for the MLB, which is already, I would say, the fourth most popular sport in America. It went from number 1 to number 4. Number 1 is football. Americans love football. There's no doubt about that. They've always loved football. They will continue to love football. Number 2 is basketball, which wasn't even a major sport till I'll say maybe the 90s when Michael Jordan and the Bulls won their first NBA championship. That's when the NBA really started kicking off. So you have a sport that's about 30 years old in terms of popularity. Like, I'm talking about mainstream, really amazing popularity. Like the way MLB is and NFL is. Just 30 years old when the MLB has been, I would say, popular in America since, what, the 1920s? 100 years? Football, I'll say, what, the 40s? 30s, 40s? 80, 90 years? You have a sport that's second in popularity in a country when it's just 30 years old in terms of popularity. And the reason I put them fourth, MLB, is because I think the NHL is giving them a run for their monies. Because the way the NHL, the way the NHL, Jesus Christ, does it is they cater to their fans. They make, like, if you like hockey, you like hockey. You love hockey. You like the way the NHL is ran. From what I see, I haven't heard anybody who I know that likes hockey complaining about the way hockey's ran. There might be some stuff in their sport, in their league, that some fans don't like. I wouldn't know. I don't watch hockey, but I don't really hear hockey players complaining the way NBA players and the way the players complain. I don't hear the fans complaining the way NBA, NFL, and MLB fans complain. Now, the MLB is Titanic. It is just sinking lower and lower. People think baseball's boring. People think it takes too long. People think there's not enough action. People think baseball sucks. And in a way, they're kind of right. The MLB kind of sucks. The MLB doesn't know how to promote their players. You have the greatest player in baseball history, arguably, Mike Trout, a player who can do it all. Play defense, throw, hit for power, steal some bases. Who plays in Los Angeles, in Anaheim, where in the East Coast, we won't watch those games because it comes on at 10 at night, and we're gonna go to sleep, where if you don't put the games at 7 o'clock and Pacific time in the West Coast, people aren't going to go to the games. They're working. People don't get out of work till 5, 6 o'clock. But Mike Trout, it's vanilla ice cream. He's bland. Nobody likes Trout. I mean, in terms of, like, you know, how you got your LeBron James, your Kawhi Leonard, even though Kawhi Leonard is considered kind of vanilla ice cream, but how you got your KD, your Steph Currys, even Klay Thompson. Nobody, you got your old Odell Beckham Jr. just had every freaking 12-year-old 14-year-old dyeing the tips of their hair blonde. You know, Antonio Brown. You had your popular NFL players, people who want to be like them. They see their certain players coming with chains now. 12-year-olds want to wear chains and play football. Basketball players, you see Russell Westbrook dressing weird. Now you got people who play basketball wanting to dress weird. You have people who like James Harden. I personally don't like James Harden, but you got people who like James Harden who wear Adidas now because James Harden is with Adidas. Michael Jordan transcended an entire sport to the point where he had Nike give him a deal as a rookie and then name an entire line, and now he has his own shoe company under Nike, but he has his own shoe line. You have people complaining about bat flips. You have people complaining about, you know, destroying the game. Yeah, the game is boring. People don't want to play baseball anymore. Because you see people having fun, and then you have these freaking grandpas, these dinosaurs complaining about these kids having fun. Just let them play. So what if Tim Anderson hits a bomb and then just flips his bat? You have Robinson Cano wasn't flipping his bat, but he was casually dropping it, looking very, 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 very cool doing it. Nobody complained. You have guys like Javi Baez flipping their bats. Jose Bautista in the playoffs. Dude, it's a playoff series where you were down the whole game. The Rangers made a few errors. You come up, you're not hitting because Bautista was doing completely nothing that series. Absolute garbage. And he comes and flips his bat because he hits a grand freaking slam to put Toronto over. Flips his bat and you're ready to fight him. I understand the ready to fight him part because of course you don't want to get shown up. You're competitive, your adrenaline is going, you just gave up a grand slam. But then you have fans talking about, oh, that's unprofessional, you shouldn't do that. Like, shut up. Are you kidding me? That's why baseball sucks and nobody wants to play baseball. I remember going out there and having fun while I was playing. I remember hitting bombs and doing a bat flip and nothing happening to me. Yes, there are fundamentals to the game. Yes, there's parts of the game that you shouldn't lose. For example, the whole what Bryce Harper did and what Cano loves to do where they hit a ground ball or a pop-up and they're walking to first base. You don't do that. If you just run it out. It's part of tradition in baseball to run it out. But you had a guy in Ken Griffey Jr. come in, wear his hat backwards, look cool playing baseball, and everybody wanted to be like Ken Griffey Jr. Everybody wanted to wear their hats backwards. And then you have the national team, the Dominican national team, that plays loud, they play fun, they have passion. What, you're going to say it's too much? You're going to say they should act civilized and be quiet and, you know, just clap, that's the best they can do? No, that's not how we play baseball. That's not how Dominicans play baseball. We're loud, we're fun. We express ourselves. We're passionate. And then these negotiations, they just made the game even worse. Nobody wants to play baseball. I have people arguing with me like baseball's boring, nobody wants to play baseball. I used to see baseball fields packed with people. With kids playing baseball in the summer. I don't see that. What I see is empty baseball fields, packed basketball courts. You see football, kids playing football at the age of 12, 9 years old, which they always did, but starting camps in July because nobody plays baseball anymore. Then you have guys like Chris Russo, a guy who's covered the game of baseball for centuries. I don't want to say centuries, but it feels like it's centuries because he's old. But he's talking about guys like Trevor Bauer and then Bryce Harper don't have the right to talk because they didn't perform on the field. Excuse me? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to have players who don't perform shut up. And that's it. Even though Trevor Bauer is one of the very few players who's very outspoken and gets things moving for the sport, we're just going to sit there and be like, no, he can't talk just because he didn't perform. Get the hell out of here, man. That's stupid. That is very dumb of you to say. One interesting thing I did see is the Hall of Famer Rod Carew say MLB should just cancel the season. I agree with that a little bit. I'm probably one of the very few people who thinks that the MLB shouldn't have a season this year. You know? It's already about to be July. Honestly, in about, 2 weeks? Let me see. Yep, in 2 weeks we're in July. We're in July 2nd. Legit 2 weeks from now. That's already... Well, we would have been halfway through the games at the All-Star break. Just have... If you're not going to have the 70-game season or 75, which I think they should play 75 games or 80, might as well just not have a season. Listen, in my opinion, what the MLB should do is take this time to not play the games, regroup, learn how to make your players very popular and bring the popularity back into baseball, make the game fun, make the game have a sort of swagger that it's lost. Let the kids play, let them play how they want to play. And that's it. Just don't have the season. There's no point of having a season now, in my opinion. Yes, we want baseball. I want baseball. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want baseball. I miss the sport. I miss having my days off from work, just laying down watching a Yankee game. I miss going to Yankee Stadium and having a beer and some food and some desserts and stuff, watching the Yankees play live, because there's no other feeling than watching a baseball game live. TV does no justice. Going to a playoff game at Yankee Stadium is the most electrifying thing you will ever feel. I went to the 2007 wild card game. 2017, I'm sorry. 2017 wild card game. And I felt lightheaded because the Yankees were losing in the first inning. Didi hits a game-tying home run in the bottom of the first, and I lost my mind. I've never had such mixed emotions watching baseball live than I did that day. There's no better feeling. So, honestly, MLB needs to get their stuff together because the game needs it, the players need it, and the fans need it. And what pisses us off is NBA caters to their fans. NFL caters. I'm not going to speak about that, but the NHL caters to their fans. MLB is trying to cater to the casual fan that doesn't give a damn about baseball, that bashes the Yankees so the Yankees win, and then everybody's a Yankee fan again. to the fans that don't care about the 162 game season, which is already long, but cares about the playoffs when they come, or the playoffs when the Yankees are in, or the Dodgers are in, to the fans that all of a sudden are Houston Astros fans when they were never Houston Astros fans or watching baseball, period. They cater to those fans. You already have a bad look because you didn't punish the Astros or the Red Sox, who were both found guilty for cheating. You did absolutely nothing. You dropped the ball there, Rob Manfred. So, and now you're letting the owners and the players duke it out. You go and say that, yeah, we're gonna have a baseball season, and now you're saying, oh no, sorry, no season. And then you come back and saying, yes, we're gonna have a season. Dude, why are you flip-flopping? Grow a pair of balls. Tell the owners and the players, sort this stuff out, or I'm forcing you to play, and I'm forcing you to pay these players. Sort it out, you're grown men. It's been going on way too long, and the fans were getting desperate. How is it that the NFL and the NBA already made plans to start their seasons, and we can't get it together? Are you serious? Get it together. Rob Manfred has to go. Terrible commissioner. Running the game straight to the ground. A game that needs to be put up there. A game that needs to be elevated. And what happens? No, you're letting a guy run it straight to the ground. Titanic. Sinking ship. No help. Seriously. Drop the ball when it came to cheating, but all of a sudden, if a player takes steroids, which is cheating, they get suspended for a whole year or 50 games. Second time is a whole year, third time is a life ban of baseball. You had the player who had the most hits in history. Nobody ever came close to that, which is Pete Rose, banned for life in the game of baseball for betting on his team. He was taking side bets that his team, the team he was managing, was going to win. And what do? You ban him for life. But then you have guys like Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, fucking Josh Reddick, Yuli Gurriel, who are legit cheating, stealing signs with a camera, banging on a trash can to know what pitch was coming, and you do absolutely nothing about it. You give them immunity. Hey, talk and don't worry, we'll give you immunity. Red Sox player using an Apple Watch to steal signs, give you immunity. A-Rod gets caught taking steroids and you suspend him for 50 games. I'm sorry, last time I checked, steroids is a performing enhancing drug, not a you suck at baseball, take some steroids so you can hit 95 miles an hour going straight down the middle. Because at the end of the day, steroids or no steroids, hitting 95 straight down the pipe, it's damn near impossible. That's why 30% of the times you get a clean hit in baseball, you're considered a fucking all-star. 40% of the time you get a clean hit in baseball, you're considered a damn legend. Where shooting 40% of the field in basketball, you suck. Completing 40% of your passes or catching for 40% of the passes, completing 40% of the tackles you make in football, you suck. I bet you in hockey there's some sort of something at 40% you suck. And soccer, being 40% good, you suck. So stop it, baseball. Stop it with that. Do better. That's my rant. Like, share, subscribe. I'm angry. I thought this was gonna go better than this, but no, I'm pissed off now. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. I try to do more of these videos. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.